Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. Appreciate you bearing with us there for a few extra minutes. If you would take a minute to tie up the game against Mississippi and then tell us what you expect to see as you take to the road for your conference opener, please.
Well, we are coming off a tough physical football game at Ole Miss. As physical a football team as you can find. Our kids battled hard, and we're in the game. And in the fourth quarter, just couldn't quite pull it off. So we've got to regroup and get ready to go play another very fine football team at Cincinnati.
Take questions for Coach Fuente, please. *1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
We'll take a question from Rob Fisher from Sports 56.
Coach, 4 games in now. When you look at your team, where do you think you're at? What do you like? What do you feel like you still need to continue to improve on, maybe more so than elsewhere in this next 2/3 of the season?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind for me is consistency. We've played some really good people. We've played close football games. And for us, it's consistency of preparation, consistency of performance. And we've still got another tough road here ahead of us as we enter conference play. But I like, I like our development. I like our chances. I like where we're going. The key for us is to continue to do it week in and week out.
As you look back at the game and watch the tape from Saturday, what'd you come away with your defensive performance?
Well, our kids battled. We put them in some good situations. They made some plays. Really flew to the football. Did a pretty decent job tackling in space against some pretty good skill kids. Got a little worn down there at the end, and gave up a couple points that we just played too long, basically. But we've got to learn to finish on both sides of the ball.
You talked last week about Ole Miss defense and how hard they hit and how good they are. After the game, you feel like you got what you expected from them?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good now. They've got good players, good scheme, and they're aggressive. And that combined with us not doing the things that we have done in the first couple of weeks of the season led to us not having very much success. And I say that not taking anything away from what they've done defensively, because they're very, very good. But in combination with them being very good and playing really well, and us helping them out, it was a pretty poor performance.
What do you see from Cincinnati? What are the biggest challenges they present this week?
Well, they've got fantastic skill kids. The first thing that jumps out at you, I mean, they've got receivers and running backs. Got our kills, throwing the ball all over the yard and scoring points in bunches. So, you don't need to relax, because one moment of relaxation and they'll take it the distance on you. I don't know how many big plays they've had so far this year, but the highlight reel is pretty impressive.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
We'll take our next question from Tom Groshen from Cincinnati Enquirer.
Hi, Coach. You mentioned the Cincinnati offense. Defensively, they've struggled a little bit. Could you comment on what you've seen over there, please?
Well, I just think they played an incredible offensive line last week. The Ohio State, to me, up front is just fantastic. And I read a couple of Coach Meyer's comments about how they feel like they're an offensive line-driven team or something to that effect. And, I think that showed. They ran into a team that is really fantastic up front. Is the biggest thing that sticks out to me. They're a very talented, aggressive defense that, probably hasn't put up the numbers that they are accustomed to, but I don't think that Coach Tuberville's over there just freaking out about his defense. I think he knows that he's got some good players over there and a good scheme, and that they're going to stop plenty of people.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take our next question from Brian Moss from TigerSportsReport.com.
Hey, Coach, when you guys played a good defense against UCLA, your offense still performed pretty well. Were you surprised at all on the offensive struggles against Ole Miss?
Well, I was disappointed in the way we performed, certainly. I'm disappointed in the way we coached. And you combine that with playing against a really, really tough physical defense, and that's what you get. So I don't know if surprised is the word. I'm not happy about it is probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, and 4 games into the season, if you could talk about your offensive line, are they where you thought they would be, or how are you pleased with their performance 4 games into the season? How would you grade their performance so far?
Well, I think they continue to get better. There's been some times when we've been a little outgunned at some positions up front and some positions in the back end and all around. And when we execute as an entire offense, it highlights what the offensive line can do and the plays that they can make and how they can contribute to us having success. And when we don't play well around them, and then then it highlights the things that we can't do. So I think they're a group that's continuing to get better and can continue to develop, and we'll continue to have some success with it.
And Jarvis Cooper got some playing time and had some good runs there. Do you see him getting more touches this week?
Well, probably. Yep. I was pleased with the way he played. I was pleased with his demeanor and the way he approached the game, and I would expect to see him, possibly play some more this week.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You bet.
Coach, we thank you for your time today. We look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
No problem. Thanks.